Good morning and welcome to Elephant and Roses. My name is Katie. So today I'm going to go through all of my sewing, knitting, crocheting, all my fiber arts projects I've been working on. So hopefully you enjoy it. We're going to start with knitting and then we'll move into crochet and then we'll move into the sewing. So hopefully you enjoy this content. Please leave me a like and a comment below and let me know what type of videos you'd like to see. So, first project, it's that time of year where you start going through all the winter stuff and figuring out what needs to be replaced before the next season. At least that's what it is for me right now. The two big seasons that I'm going to have to do a lot of projects for is spring and fall. What I wear in the spring, I also wear in the fall. So makes it a little bit easier. Then I only need 3 wardrobes because there's a winter, spring / fall, and then summer. So hopefully you can see it. It's really hard to tell in the camera. I designed a pattern, so it's a reversible hat. Nothing really fancy, just kind of one of those that I can wear like this, so there's room for my ponytail in the back, or a bun, which is what I tend to wear. But then it goes down over the forehead and over the ears, which is the worst in the wintertime when you're trying to scoop snow and the wind's hitting you. So your hair's going everywhere, and you know, because it's sticking out the bottom of the hat and your ears are freezing. And yeah, so I just said enough. So I created a hat, but I wanted it reversible. So I'll put close-up pictures so you can see the knitting pattern, because I know on black it's really hard to tell. But this was leftover yarn that I had from doing another project for a Christmas present. So it was just the leftover remnant yarn, nothing major, just enough to let's get this thing out the door. So that's the first project I finished. So this is my only finished object that we'll be talking about. Everything else is a work in project. Next knitting project. The last time I talked about all the fiber was this is the Friday sweater from Petite Knit. I had just finished the collar. I do this when I'm knitting. I just take a remnant piece of grosgrain ribbon and I safety pin it in where the back is. So when I'm going, it makes more sense. So this one has short rows shaping in the back. So the back is higher than the front. So it's a really neat feature because a lot of times the back pulls, and so I think that'll make this a lot nicer. One of the features of the sweater that I really liked in the pattern is that, and hopefully if I hold it up like that you can see it a little bit better. This is the raglan part, and I'll try and put it in a little bit closer. Hopefully you can see it. And I'll also put in pictures, close-up pictures of what I'm talking about. On the pictures on Petite Knit website, I really like this stripe feature, and it's on all the raglan, so it's on each shoulder, front and back. And but I'm not 100% sure I like this wide. I think it's really wide, but I'm almost to the point where I think I got 6 or 8 more rows, and then I split for the armholes. So what I'm going to do is, because I like the sweater, I like the pattern, but I don't know if I like these stripes. So what I'm going to do is, before I split, I'm going to go in, try it on, and see if the stripes being that wide are going to bug me. If they are, I'm going to rip it back and I'm going to narrow them. It shouldn't be that complicated to do, just taking some stitches on each side. It'll be just following the same pattern except for making the stripes narrower. So this is being made out of Hulse yarn. I grabbed one of their scrap bags. These are the end of the run for the yarn, so they're just small quantities. And this is the color Truffle. And then the other one is, and they're both super soft. And this is Willow. So I know I read online, everybody said don't hold it just one. You want to hold it double. I have made an Edelberry sweater holding super soft double, and it's a really warm sweater. It's a lovely sweater. It bloomed. It's wonderful. I didn't want that thick of a sweater. This is for spring and fall. I'm hoping to put 3/4 sleeves on it. Yes, the pattern's a hat. It's a short sleeve. I want 3/4. That's what I like in the spring and the fall. But I want something light that I can, if it's chilly out, I can throw a cardigan over the top. So that's the plan for this, is that I swatched it. A lot of people said it's not strong enough as a single. I did a little swatch of, my 4" by 4", and I blocked it, washed it. It is perfect. It's the absolute perfect weight that I want. So I was like, let's go for it. This was on sale. This guy was on sale for colors, and I was like, I was really, when you're buying it online, you're like, is it gonna look good or not? And then even here it looks like a drastic change, but then when you knit it up, the truffle ends up looking almost like a purpley brown against the green. So it's kind of a cool color combo. I know most people do like the traditional red and white, blue and white, etc. But I'm more of a fall colors. So this is more my color range. So, but otherwise, the pattern is knitting up beautifully. I have no qualms with the pattern. The pattern's just been phenomenal. I did the mohair edition of the novice cardigan from Petite Knit. Same thing. The patterns are just phenomenal. You don't have to stop. You don't have to think. You just go. And it's my style, so it makes it really nice. It's a broken rib pattern, so it's, it adds texture and dimension. I almost like the inside better than I do the outside. I almost wish I would have done the collar differently, so I could have reversed it. But the next one I may do that, because I definitely will remake this again with more of the holster wear soft, because that's definitely what I want for my spring and fall sweaters. I like to layer. In the wintertime, I like really heavy things to layer, and in the spring and fall, I like lighter pieces, because then I can just take off layers as it gets warmer during the day. So it's always nice to do that. So that is the Friday sweater from Petite Knit that's in a work in progress. And we'll go to the crochet next. I showed this the last time. It is now got one whole sleeve done. And I had put pictures in before. And then this sleeve is a work in progress still. So it just needs about another week of crocheting, and it'll be done. This is a drops pattern I had shared previously, so really love this lace. That's what sold me on the pattern, was that lace work. So and then the sleeve just follows that same pattern. So very, very happy with that. So there's that one. This one, I can't remember if I've shared this before or not. So this is my own pattern. It is, and I don't know if the colors are showing up very well right now. It's going to end up with these, where's an edge I can grab? Tassels and baubles. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. And I'll put in pictures as well. And they're getting all smushed from being folded up. So how this works is, this is crochet tape. I grew up with my great aunt. She would make crochet tape, and then she'd connect all the crochet tapes together. I'm not sure if technically it's called crochet tape. It may be called something else. I don't know. But she was from, if you watch like the movie Titanic, that was the era she grew up in. So this is very much in her style, and I'll turn it around so you can see the right side. The right side looks like this, and then this is the reverse. And how it works is you make these great big long tapes like this, and then you stitch them together to form really beautiful lacy throws to go on chairs, etc. This pattern I designed myself, and its name is Marie, and it's after my great-grandmother. The colors are what she had in her wedding, so this mauve and cream. Hopefully the colors are showing up on this camera okay. So, and she was born in the Victorian period, so this fits right with when she lived, and fits really with that theme of her early 1900s wedding. But it's a throw to just put across a chair, so it looks, you know, kind of makes a normal, ordinary chair kind of look a little bit more dressy. So, and then it's got stripes. So it goes burgundy, cream, back to burgundy, and so on. So this is a pattern that I'm currently writing. Hopefully I'll have it released here in the next month or so. If you'd like more information about that, definitely, you know, like in a comment below. Let me know if you'd be interested in knowing when the pattern is released. I'll probably either do it on Ravelry, or maybe I'll start a blog. I don't know. Please let me know what type of website you think would be the best for releasing a pattern. I've never released a pattern. I make a lot of different patterns and so forth. So I love to share it, but yeah. And my other great aunt is the one that taught me how to make these lovely little baubles. And then there'll be tassels as well. So it'll be baubles and tassels. So hopefully other people are like me and like lace and baubles and tassels and all that good stuff. Okay, so the yarn for that fell on the floor, so we'll put that down there too. So next projects, I need some t-shirts in my wardrobe. So currently the pink one is in progress. So that will hopefully look okay with this one. I got the pattern from Grasser. It's a free pattern. So this one is just a basic t-shirt. I still have to do the hems and the cuffs on the sleeves. Those two. Otherwise this would have been a finished object. And then this is the collar. The collar is a little bit different than what they suggest to do. I didn't want any seams, so mine is seamless. If you look there, you'll see that there's no raw edges. On the inside, I'm really huge into finishing off seams. I think they last longer when we finish off the inside of our seams. I've gotten a lot of years of wear out of things because I do these extra steps. I know a simple t-shirt, you wouldn't think, it's just a t-shirt, but every little bit helps to save on budgets, but also save the planet, etc., etc. So everything is done in French seams. So this is the inside. So there's French seams on the arms, down the sides, and then the collar. I attached it the way they said, because this is inside now. So I sewed it on the outside. I matched the edges because it's a bias tape that they do. And I sewed it. Then I folded it in half and I pressed it. Then I folded underneath that 1/4 inch and I just rolled it over, and then I hand stitched it. And then that's the finished shirt. And the pink one is in process currently. So collar's done. And now it just needs the side seams sleeves put in. So this one's still very much in its infancy. One thing I do with my French seams is that I do that on my shoulders, but what I do is I pin it from the start. I always have a pin. Hopefully you can see that okay. So that they're pinned back to the back of the shirt, so that when I put in my sleeves, and I can show you on this guy, then if you look, then when I French seam the top of the shirt sleeve, then that is caught. It's automatically tipped to the back, and I don't have to worry. And when I pin it down, it makes it easy too. But yeah, so that's what I do with t-shirts. I just French seam them. I try to French seam as much of the things I make as I can, or I do bias tape on the inside seams. I just find that if the seam can't fray, it'll last longer. And if we're putting all this time into making something, might as well make it last as long as we can. I try to buy the best quality materials I can, and then I just invest that little extra time. This grasser pattern, I bet you could crank out 2 of these in an hour if you weren't doing French seams. I'd rather take the time and spend an hour on each shirt and get really nice French seams, and then it lasts twice as long. That's what it usually ends up being, I found, because I don't get the frayed edges and things don't come apart, and it makes it nicer. Everybody's usually shocked when they see the inside, because the inside looks so nice, and I don't have threads hanging everywhere. And even when my kids were little, when I French seamed clothes or doing other types, because you can open a seam up like a quilter would, and then fold it back underneath itself that 1/4 inch, and then very carefully, not going all the way through to the front side, but just picking up a few of the threads on the back side, and then very carefully doing a blind hem stitch where you can't see the stitch as you're going down. That's another way to protect your seams, your raw edges, so that they don't start fraying. And that's what usually kills the garment, is the fabric just starts to fray, and well, then it's over. And that's always so sad. But like when my kids were little and I made clothes, I had 3 boys and 1 daughter, and even the t-shirts I made my oldest were still usable for the youngest, because I did those extra steps. I also found that they weren't yanking and pulling at their clothes as much because something wasn't rubbing wrong, and because it was nice and soft and squishy. So they're older now, and so I don't get to sew for them as much. But little things that you can do, at least I do as a seamstress, that I like to do. But I hope you liked seeing all my projects and process and things I've been able to finish. Hopefully April is a lot more productive month. Hopefully I get a lot more things done. I definitely need more t-shirts. These are the lighter ones that I like to wear with 3/4 sleeves in the spring and fall. So again, my wardrobe right now, I reassess it after every season. Where are we at? And I knew after fall that I needed more spring fall items. They were just, some of the stuff was very, very old, and it didn't hold up very well through fall. So some of the items I could repurpose into other things. Some of it was just, nope, gone. Thank it for its lovely life, and send it on its merry way to the next realm. I try and recycle the fabric if I can find a recycling center, so it can get repurposed into something else again. Try to be conscious of that, because here in the US, fast fashion is just wow. I took stuff to donate it to the Goodwill, and I was gobsmacked by the pile of fast fashion that was there. I mean, seriously, it was in carts, and the ceilings in that place had been 12, 14 feet. And there's a pile almost to the ceiling. I was just like, whoa. And the lady there, she said that's a normal Saturday amount, and I was like, wow. I hope they all found a good home. But anyways, I enjoyed talking with you, and I hope you're having a great day. Definitely leave me a like and comment below for what you'd like to see next. I've done cooking and Azure standard hauls, and I did a small Azure this month. I didn't need anything major. Cranberries and cheese. And then I joined Costco, so if you would like a video on my opinion of Costco, we don't have a Sam's Club near where I live, but I used to do Sam's Club, but the prices at the store just was so expensive. There was no way around it anymore. So I got a Costco membership, and I can do a video on that if you'd like, and I can share my opinion and thoughts and my experience going into Costco for the first time. So, again, thank you for your time. I enjoyed talking with you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.